everybody, it's Sarah with Loaves and Dishes, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this delicious potato salad that does not include any eggs in the recipe. So I got 2 pounds of these yellow potatoes. You could use any kind of potato you want. Just use a potato like a red or a yellow or a fingerling or some kind of potato like that where the skin is really thin. We're leaving the skins on for this recipe. If you wanted to use a russet potato, you could. You would just need to peel it first, and the skin adds a little bit of extra texture. But if you don't like the skin, you can absolutely peel any potato and use any potato that you'd like. So I'm just cutting these potatoes into kind of bite-sized pieces, and we're going to boil them until they're fork tender. It's really important that your potato pieces are all roughly the same size. That way they cook evenly. So I'm putting them on my little stove with some water, and then I'm going to salt the water. You want to use about a tablespoon or 2 of salt. You want it to be heavily seasoned so that the potatoes will absorb some of that salt, and they'll have a better flavor. So while those are cooking, I'm going to chop up 2 stalks of celery. And since we're not cooking the celery, you want to make sure that you get the strings off. And I'm going to chop them up really, really small. I sliced that first stalk in half, and then the second stalk was bigger, so I sliced it into thirds, and then I'm giving that a rough, I'm chopping it up so that it's really, really small. And then once I get those all chopped up, I'm going to add those to my mixing bowl. And then I'm going to take 4 green onion stalks, and I'm going to chop those up, whites and everything. You just want to cut the root end off. And so I'm going to chop that up, and I'm also going to add that to my mixing bowl. I did kind of a bigger chop on the green onion just because I think it looks pretty, and I really like green onions a lot. And then if you get any pieces like I did where your green onion kind of didn't chop all the way through, I reserved a little bit of the green onion for a garnish at the end. You can do that if you want. You don't have to. But if you get any pieces like that, like I did, where it's kind of all strung together still, you want to break those apart. Then I am going to mince up 2 cloves of garlic, and I used my garlic press for this. If you don't have a garlic press, you could chop the garlic, or if you bought jarred garlic, you could use that as well, but I really don't recommend using the garlic that comes in a jar. I prefer fresh garlic. But a garlic press is super inexpensive, and it really comes in handy, especially if you like to add garlic to dishes, but you don't like to chop it. Goosey, stop it. And then I'm just taking the back of my knife and running it across the garlic press. Don't use the sharp end of your knife. So once my potatoes have cooked and cooled down some, I added them to my mixing bowl along with half a cup of mayonnaise. And then I'm going to add half a cup of sour cream. And then I added a tablespoon of grainy mustard and some pepper, about a teaspoon. And I like fresh cracked black pepper. If you have just the already pre-cracked black pepper, you can use that as well. And then I'm adding some salt and 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And then I'm going to give that a good mix. You want to be really careful when you're mixing this. You want to do a fold, which is where you run your spatula around the outside and then grab some of the ingredients and kind of fold them together. That just keeps the potatoes from breaking apart and smashing. You don't want to mash potato salad. Or maybe you do. I don't know. So I scooped some into a bowl, and then I put a little bit more pepper on top, and then I sprinkled some green onions on for a garnish. And that is it. If you want to see more recipes like these, check out loavesandishes.net. If you want to hear more from myself and my mom, we do have a podcast. It's called Dorks with Sporks, and you can find that wherever you listen to podcasts. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We're putting out a new video every Monday through Friday, and you can follow us on Facebook too at Loaves and Dishes. Thanks for watching.